let's get company specific. And fintech Personetics is leading the AI charge into banking as it patents its solution to help customers save or invest funds using cash flow patterns. It's ready to go to America, but to tell us more about the company and what it does in Australia is ANZ lead Mandeep Sandhu. Mandeep, great to have you on the show. Great company name, Personetics, but I do want to ask, what do you guys do? Because it's all about data-driven personalisation.
Yeah, and I think so. Great to be here. Thank you very much. I think Maylam actually hit the nail on the head. Personalisation is a key focus area for us as we see that industry convergence and as we see open banking really take mainstream. What do? We provide companies, mainly banks, but also now broadening out to financial institutions through open banking with the capability to actually understand those data patterns at a unitary level. So to see what someone's doing, how they're spending, more importantly, index their goals to see what they want to achieve financially, and then provide a very relevant, a very context-rich, personalized insight, guidance, and nudge in order for them to achieve those goals. We also have the ability to work with those clients to actually automate goal fulfillment as well. And that's really the pattern and the vision that we have as a business.
So is it fair to describe Personetics as the special source for many financial products as they sort of start to roll out that kind of personalisation and giving their customers greater insights into their own habits?
Absolutely. We're a white label solution. We are B2B. So we're all about servicing those clients that are banks or other financial institutions. That special source is definitely where that value is held. We help our clients to unlock it. We also work in collaboration as well. So the concept of today is around partnerships, the conversation for today. And we work in partnership with all of our clients, with all the vendors that they work with, and ultimately to better service their end customer.
Well, I think, Mandeep, you're working with more than 60 companies globally with an astonishing 100 million customers involved. Tell us a little bit about that experience and how you've dealt with working in collaboration with companies and scaling up your business along the way.
Well, we've been around for about 10 to 11 years now, so we're not new to the sector. And the business was really founded on the principles of taking away cognitive friction from the day-to-day banking experience. And the concept of Personetics was born, and the founders of our business have actually been working with transactional data for over 20 years. So in totality, we've got over 100 years of experience working with this data. Working in partnership is the only way to really grow, and we're seeing that now. So every client that we work with, our focus is on their ROI, their value prop to their customer. How can we drive and strengthen customer resiliency from a financial perspective, which is absolutely fundamental now, given how much uncertainty we're faced with. So we've got clients across, you mentioned North America, we're also very well scaled across APAC as well, so primarily Singapore, now Malaysia, Indonesia. We're working with some of the biggest banks in the region as well. So DBS is a client of ours, UOB, which is doing some great, phenomenal work in the personalization space as well. Those are big banks, but we're also working locally in Australia as well. We've partnered with a couple of fintechs, which we could talk more about over the coming months. And we also work with a bank called MyState out of Tasmania, who has actually adopted one of our most sought after propositions, if you like, which is the automated savings capability. This is proactively finding savings for their customers, and they launched this through COVID to actually strengthen their financial resiliency. So for us, partnerships are everything.
I don't think anyone's ever going to turn down the offer to save a little bit of money. Now, Mandeep, I love a bit of jargon, but sometimes I am left scratching my head. So I have to ask you, what is self-driving autonomous finance?
So you'll be well aware of the concept of autonomous cars, right? This is obviously not here yet, but set some direction, set a target, set a goal, and your car will take you there. We have the same concept for financial services. Our vision is that there is going to be a major shift away, and we're seeing that now. And Maylam actually alluded to a lot of this, where personalized experiences, personalized journeys, being able to index where I want to be financially, i.e. I have debt, I want to remove that debt. I do want to save money at the same time. And your financial institution having the ability to actually get you there in an automated fashion. For us, self-finance is self-driving. Companies have the ability, they have the data. We provide them with that, to your point, the secret sauce in order to get there.
Well, on that front, I'm really interested because, of course, over decades, I've heard the conversations about our levels of financial literacy. And when you talk about that autonomous aspect, you don't even need the driver's license to some extent. So how much is this going to provide the literacy that we don't have just coming to us automatically and helping us make better financial decisions?
Well, it starts with that. So literacy has started with PFM, and that's a presentation of how you spend, and there's some broad index that are associated with that. The driver's license never goes. It's actually incumbent on an individual to know where they want to go, where they want to be. And it's then incumbent on their institution to help them get there. So it's a reciprocal arrangement. And what we're trying to really provide our clients is the ability to understand those behavioral shifts and changes, to understand those desires and goals. And that's going to be personalized to you as an individual. And we give them the capability to get them there. So I don't think we ever get rid of that license. In fact, we actually completely make that license relevant for that individual.
Great point. Now, Mandeep, I want to ask, how much is CDR and Open Banking an opportunity for you and the companies that you partner with as we see it roll out? It's early stages now, but it seems like that data is an enormous opportunity for a company like Personetics.
Absolutely. So there's two comments here. One is CDRs must be the most innovative legislation globally. And I think we've seen some commentary around that over the last year or so as we've seen the regime roll out. Sector by sector, opening up data, really understanding, putting customers in charge of their data. It's a phenomenal regime. For us, we're now looking at open finance globally and the opportunity that provides for our clients and clients that we traditionally wouldn't work with, i.e. non-banks and other financial services companies. Locally in Australia, that is the most, I'd say that must be one of the most high growth areas for us, which is to look at those businesses that can tap into that source of data and really provide their clients and their customers with a much more enriched data-driven engagement based on their spending today. So for us, it's going to be a key driver of growth.
Well, on that front, I do want to ask about Personetics' ambitions over, let's say, the next 2 to 5 years. Where do you want to take the business?
Locally, we'll continue to grow our ecosystem through the partnership model. We will be able to announce some new wins in business through the course of the next 12 months. We'll continue to consolidate our business here. We'll continue to work with fintech. So actually, obviously, we're a member of Fintech Australia, but we have partnered and we are partnering with fintechs locally as well. So really, we're part of a broader ecosystem to bring the technology that we've designed over the last 10 years and to make that accessible to everyone, anyone that's logically going to be using the capability, and anyone that we can really drive that ROI and that value for.